Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Hello gamers, this is Brain from GameBrain.media. Welcome to the Moto-DIRT Racing channel. I have a bunch of channels you can find on either of these two websites, GameBrain.media or TroysWeb.com. If you'd like to support the channel, hey, buy me a coffee. Hello gamers, this is AMA King. Oh, no, this is GameBrain Media from GameBrain Media. Dirt Bike Racing. It's getting really confusing to have multiple channels like this, but YouTube is only going to show dirt bike video game racing channels to people who want to watch dirt bike video game racing channels. That's why it's called Moto or Dirt Moto, and the other one is Moto Dirt and Moto Street. Differentiation between two genres, and you'll get shown to different people by the YouTube algorithm. I don't know. I think it's all a bunch of crap. But yeah, I ran Motocross Madness 1, and everything was working, and I even had mods installed. I ran some user-created tracks, and now nothing works. I cannot use Motocross Madness 1. It just flat does not work. So that kind of blows. I really wanted to go through a lot of those older custom tracks. There was a 150 Nationals CD that was put out by somebody in the community where he just burned a bunch of other people's stuff onto a CD. And then you could buy it for $5 just to pay the shipping and get it to your house. And then you didn't have to download. And every night you got onto the Microsoft Gaming Zone, or the, what was it called? MSN? No. Whatever. Microsoft's Gaming Zone was the place to play Motocross Madness games, Motocross Madness and Motor City Madness, or whatever the Monster Truck Madness was. There were 3 or 4 games in the series, I think. But Motocross Madness 2 is the evolution of Motocross Madness 1. Motocross Madness 1 came out in 1998. Motocross Madness 2 came out in the year 2000. And leaps and bounds better. The Supercross is incredibly different. And we're just going to run through the stock game. And I hope I can get through all the Nationals and all the built-in Supercross tracks, because that's really where it has always been at for me. I never really ran the Baja races here, or the Enduro, which is nothing more than the Baja, through gates, different, it's more the same, basically. But as long as I got this game working today, I'm going to play it, and I'm going to record it. Right, so what I want to show you is graphics. I'm running 2048 by 1536 resolution, and the reason for that is I'm on a 16:9 ratio monitor, but that is the highest resolution I could get working in a 4:3 ratio, which is why you see black bars on the two sides. So yes, I was able to run it at 3840 by 2160 for full screen 4K, but my rider looked squished down from the head and fattened out left to right. So it was distorted, and I did not like that. So anyway, we are all set up to look pretty good, even with the black bars. That's irrelevant, dude. But just to give you a rundown, right? You follow arrows as you race through the game. And a lot of this has been, standard operating procedure in all of the Rainbow Studios MX versus ATV games that came after this particular title. Stunts, well, that was a little different. And let's see, let me go here just to try to get a different win upload. I'm not going to do that, but it was hung up on Baja. So if I go to stunts, I expected it to start playing. Yes, a little preview based in time-based events for maximum stunt points. Basically, you go out on one of the quarry tracks, and you just start throwing stunts for points. Next up, there's Enduro, which it didn't want to show the little preview window. So now I'm going to hover on Enduro. Race laps through large environments. So there's those flashing gates that you have to go through, just like the arrows in Baja. And they call this Enduro. It's just silly. You're going way too fast. There's way too few trees. It's just silly. This is not Enduro. I wish to God they would give us a good Enduro game, or just look, MX versus ATV Legends right now has been a fantastic game, fun as hell. Yeah, it's simcade, it's arcade-ish, but give the user community a track builder, and we're gonna make enduro tracks, dude. We're gonna make trails probably, because there's always a bunch of weirdos out there who want to do something different than what the game developers think that the mass market console kiddies want to do, right? Dude, I'm 62. In a few days, I'll be 62, and I'm still playing Motocross Madness 1 and 2. Are you kidding me? Of course, I've played all the others, and I do play Legends, but I want user-created stuff, and that leads to being, really unique and different and creative stuff. And I hope that this game will work until I get to the user-created content. All right, so now we've watched the Enduro thingy play a few times. I'm going to swap out screens, and then show the National. Race on challenging outdoor motocross tracks. Now, we all know what that is, and they give us a variety of national tracks. Guess what? Bella Backwards is my creation in this game. In Motocross Madness 1, I created a copycat displacement map for Bella's Bluegrass. I recreated the textures and a reverse spline. And I put out a custom track for Motocross Madness 1 called Bella's Backwards. And it magically appeared in Motocross Madness 2 as one of their stock national tracks. Ta-da! And I even had a job interview with Rainbow Studios way back 100 years ago for a position as track creator. Yeah, they had a community contest where people voted for the track creators that they thought should be job interviewed to become a track creator. And they flew me out to Phoenix and put me up in a hotel, and we had a job interview, and they went through 5 guys, and they settled on a guy who quit only months later. He quit and went back home. Anyway, that's the story, and now I'm going to go back to the director's chair, and back here, we're going to see that Supercross is a little different, right? Uh-oh, come on, give me the words. Didn't do it. The user interface is a little funky. Supercross. Give me the tag. Oh, man, it doesn't describe it. And it's showing Baja. Why are you doing that? Okay, let me go to something different. Then let's go to this. Let me slide in from the side. Supercross. See, it keeps hitting Pro Circuit. Compete for cash and points as you build a pro riding career. And they make you do all kinds of different disciplines, I think. But now let's go back and hit this. And I want to slide in and get on the Supercross label. There it is. Well, this isn't Supercross. It keeps defaulting to Baja. So the user interface is kind of janky. And I guess I'm going to call that my introduction, and then I'm going to end this video, and I'm going to start again, and we're just going to run through all the national tracks and all the Supercross tracks, because that's where it's really at. It's just playing those. All right, be back in a minute. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment.